on the Dan podcast.
All right, welcome back, guys. As you know, this is Dan Podcast, and then we got two new guest speakers. They can introduce themselves.
Yo, it's Walmartino Cappuccino. You feel me? Or just like Marmar, MLK, whatever you want to call me. I mean, my name's right there, but Smart in here, and yeah, glad that you invited me, Daniel, to talk about this very important, very relatable subject. That a lot of us high school students happen to experience. And I'm glad to be here.
Good to see you, Martin. Good to see you, Daniel. My name is Youngmin Miller, aka Young Minute. I'm currently a junior at American University studying accounting, and I live in Washington, D.C. right now in Columbia Heights, but I'm originally from PG County, Maryland, New Carrollton area.
All right. So, we are gonna be talking about procrastination today. 'Cause I'm sure even if any teenagers are watching, they know they procrastinate a lot. So we're just gonna be addressing that. All
All
right.
right.
So what do you guys think about procrastination?
Honestly, in my opinion, it is like the worst position to put yourself onto. Because, like, procrastination, you gotta wait like days for that. Like, it's like a session, right? When you're doing
Mhm.
like one thing, like, for example, say if I were to play video games and I said at this one specific time, maybe like I said, maybe like from 10 to like 12 p.m., I'm probably gonna study for like an exam, right?
Mhm.
But instead of using that time wisely to do that, I'm just like on the game, just playing. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
like it's
Or pulls up
it
the
just
Nintendo
feels that
Switch.
way. Feels that way, you know? But like it's just a lifestyle to me, honestly, and it's very hurtful to like somebody's, you know, work schedule. Definitely.
I agree. I agree. What do you think, Youngin?
Yeah, I feel that. I agree with that. I've definitely seen a lot of times, or even myself, especially in high school. God, for me, my junior year was all online, so it was like easy to procrastinate because we would just be on the game the whole time, or we just be in Discord calls, kind of chilling. And sometimes it would be good, you could hold each other accountable. But I don't know. I think in high school, procrastination was definitely tough. Like it's easy to just get on the game and then kind of forget your responsibilities or get on reels, and then like you be on reels for like it don't even feel like an hour, but then you look up, I'm like, damn, I was just on Reels for like an hour, TikTok for an hour. So I think a reason why we procrastinate is because humans like we're built to follow the path of least resistance, We're always built to do like the easiest thing. And if we're not really intentional like about what we're doing, our daily actions, then it's pretty easy to procrastinate or not confront the things that we want to do. And definitely doing like homework or projects, even outside of school, like our goals in life, things that we're passionate about, we can often get caught up in just like short term, just like stimulating things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of times where it will just be like, especially when it comes to like, even if it's not high school, there are a lot of times when people will be like, I'm gonna do this thing, and they really have a plan to do it, and then we just get like, there's something will come up. You'll literally see a funny Instagram reel, be like, let me look at that. 5 minutes go by, we're still looking at different Instagram reels, just scrolling, and then
Doom
next thing
scrolling.
you know, an hour goes by and the homework isn't done.
Mm-hmm.
Get that feeling a lot.
Hmm. How do you feel like y'all are able to beat procrastination?
I feel like procrastination itself is like, I mean, for different people, there's different ways. Everyone is different in their own way. So, with people who really want to beat procrastination, they have to find a way to basically convince themselves or motivate themselves. Find a motivator to get what you need to get done. Like you can say, if I complete this homework assignment, okay, then I get the rest of the next for the rest of the day. That's a motivator. For some people that works. Other people it could be like, I get to play games the rest of the day. Martin looking at you. But you know what I mean? But then um but for different people there's different solutions. So yeah.
Hmm. How do you feel like y'all personally like deal with it?
Okay, so personally, I feel like you have to remove all distractions away. Like you have to put yourself in that space and that determination that you won't touch like another distraction ever. Like the controller gotta go away, the
You gotta be
phone
Real.
gotta go
destroyed.
away, like the tablet gotta go away, the
You have to be
laptop gotta
burned
go
as
away,
it.
like everything's gotta go. Because if you don't lock into that one assignment that you know is difficult and that you see everyone else has completed,
It's
by the
cooked.
time that,
It's
yeah,
cooked.
it's cooked. You're cooked. And all you could say to your teacher is, "Oh, can I get a redo? Can I get a retake? I had a doctor's
And a
appointment."
doctor's appointment.
You'd be lying the
Oh,
whole time.
Bro,
You were just on the game or you were
mm,
just on Reels.
you were
they're gonna tell
just
you to
on the
go back to
game,
that
bro.
game
You
and do the
were
home.
just on the
Go
game with
back
the
to that game
Brody. Stop
to finish
lying.
the homework assignment.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
just
Mar,
me.
you were saying just you gotta put everything away, like all distractions, the controller, the laptop, the tablet.
Yeah, literally everything. Or just have that determination that you can get the assignment done. As long as you have that type of mindset and just don't, thrift it away, just throw it away from your mindset, you'll be good, you know? And it's like you got to look at your schedule, how you're available and like to do the assignment. Like it's like a process. It's like a step by step, you know, manual, you know? It
For
feels just
sure.
like that.
Well, I appreciate you sharing. I think for myself, something I really like doing to beat procrastination is the Pomodoro method. I don't know if y'all have heard of it before, but basically you take 4 sessions of working, and each session of working is 25 minutes. And each between
Mm,
each session of working, you got a 5 minute break between each one. And there's a website actually if people want to go to, it's called pomofocus.io, and you can kind of set the timer. But I think especially when I started taking my college classes, the Pomodoro technique was very effective for me because I feel like if I get distracted by one thing, it's cooked. I don't
yep.
know. I have a lot of interests and hobbies. Like I'm very into like hip hop. I'm also into like public transit. I'm also into like I be on Brawl Stars, like a lot of different interests, I would say. So if I see a video or something, or if I'm like feel itching to like get on the game, like it's cooked. So, but when I start that Pomodoro method, I just start that first session. I know that like as long as I put everything away, like you said, like I always like if I'm in the library, I put my phone at like the bottom of my bag. I'm not touching that.
Mm,
And I only have my work tabs open, and then I just lock in on that. And then during that 5 minute break, then I can like I don't know go on Clash Royale or like watch a short or something. But then as soon as that 5 minutes is over, I'm right back to it. And
mm,
after you do 4 sessions, then you have a longer break. You have a 15-minute break. So it's kind of I found very helpful for myself to get a lot of assignments done. Like I could probably get like 3 or 4 assignments done within an hour if they're not like
Dang.
too complex. Just because I feel like the Pomodoro method really puts my brain into that kind of locked in mode where I don't have to think about anything else other than what's going on right here. And I have that timer on the tab, like counting down. So I'm like, oh shoot, this is my work period time. So yeah, it just breaks down your work sessions into smaller steps, which I feel like is the most important part. Like, I feel like just starting is the most important part. And then once you get started, like it's not so bad.
I made teams to steal that technique from you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'll send
Hey,
you the link.
students, take notes.
Take
Take
notes.
notes.
That seems actually efficient. And like I've never heard of it. It's not like that sounds crazy efficient. I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
But
I'll pull it
I'm
up
like,
right now.
Yeah, I'm already knowing
I'm not gonna
that's
lie. I need to start using that technique. Cause my studying habits are just cooked. Like it's not even
Real.
procrastination at this point. It's just cooked. After 1 year taking the class, year two, the year two of
Mhm.
taking the class will never, it just doesn't hit, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, valid. So here's the website if y'all are trying to see, but it's called pomofocus.io. And
I'm
basically
focused.
you see the 25-minute timer, and
Yeah.
then as soon as that ends, then a 5 minute break will appear like this.
Yeah.
And it just cycles through and through. And we can put that in the description of the podcast if viewers want to take advantage of it. I really
Sure.
recommend it.
For sure. That's gonna be in the description down below. Um, I don't know. But for me, like procrastination, for me, I would say like 85% I'm in control of it, but the other 50% I'm not. So when I am like actually facing it head on, I think the best way is to basically just like, as you said, get rid of distractions, but also take breaks. So basically a combination of your two techniques that you guys been saying, basically take away distractions, but also take breaks. And also being able to multitask. I think being able to multitask is like it can help you beat procrastination a little bit. Because you can be like, okay, let me watch a movie. While you're watching the movie, you can be washing plates and also doing an voice tapping a paper. You can be
Mm.
doing three different things at the same time. And then you will never feel bored because you're not procrastinating because you're doing different things at the same time. You just gotta make sure to know that you have to get quality over quantity. Especially when you're doing
Mm.
stuff like multitasking, you have to know that if I'm doing a paper, I gotta write it good versus just writing whatever.
Do you find success in multitasking yourself?
I do. I think it's very efficient. Because normally when I'm doing things, I'm doing two or three different things. Like when I'm basically like I can be editing a video, and while I'm editing the video, I'm also completing an outline for an assignment. Or I can be washing plates while also playing a game or something like that.
Really?
Basically simple
You
things
could
like
be
that.
washing plates and be on the game?
And
Yeah,
being on the
I can do
game,
that.
How?
Like
How?
I will basically like I will use soap on the plate and have in mind I'll just be in one corner and I'll use soap on the plate. After I finish doing a certain amount of plates, then I go back to the game, play it for a little bit, get up the leaderboard. Then I take a break from that and go back to the plates to finish
Oh, okay.
the next
I
stack.
get it.
And then I take a
I
break
thought
and
you
go
meant
back on the leaderboard.
okay, that makes sense. I thought you meant at the same time. I was like, how you got the controller and you be washing the
One
Bro,
plates
hand,
you
on the same
can't you
yo,
time?
can't
one
do
hand on the
that,
How
bro.
controller.
you doing that? Okay, that
Yo,
makes more sense. Yeah. Hmm.
imagine I could pull that off. Just one hand on the controller, other hand washing the plate.
That would be tough though. If you had like a
That'd be
Joy-Con in
so
one
tough.
hand and then like you washing in the other hand. But
That'd
I
be so
get what you're
tough.
saying.
That would go hard. That would go hard.
That'd
But
be
like, how would you like take omit any other distractions that's preventing you from that multitasking? Like, say your mom's calling you for this reason, or somebody's calling you for that. How exactly do you proceed in that manner?
I mean, for me, I can't speak for other people, but as an African child, I know that the other people can relate to this. We get called a lot. Like you can
Mm.
literally be up in your room, they call you, but you go up back to your room 5 seconds later, you get another call. But then with that, it's really impossible to avoid. You're gonna get calls, but then at the same time, you have to know sometimes you have to put the priority in what you're doing. Like if you're doing an assignment and you're on a flow in the second, you can always tell your parents, okay, once in a while, be like, okay, I'm gonna be there in 1 second. I'm doing this, this, that. I'm gonna be there in 1 second. You finish off the sentence that you're doing, like you're in the flow, go do the assignment. You come back and finish what you were doing. So then technically, you're not losing out on your creative flow that you were doing. It's just you're also getting what they want you to get done.
Got
Mm,
you. Got you. And
I
that's
like that.
just letting them know like I need this amount of time to go
Yeah.
handle something. Or even telling them you got an assignment to do. That's also just a simple way out.
That's a simple
Yeah,
way out.
cause
Yeah.
Always.
they'll understand that. People saying not do drugs now. You need to get off reels.
Bro, you give a kid an iPad, they have no exchange.
Like one time, one of my I ain't gonna say the name, but I saw 16 hours on TikTok.
Certain electronics have to go.